welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new here. I have a fantastic vegetarian recipe in store for you. It is taco pockets. They were absolutely delicious. It was like a little mini hand pie with a flaky buttery crust. It was absolutely delicious. You could make this in your oven or your air fryer, whatever you prefer, and it was absolutely delicious. We paired this with a vegetable and we had a fantastic vegetarian dinner. So if you want to see how the recipe plays out, step by step how to make it, and the smart points for the vegetarian taco pockets, just keep watching. For tonight's vegetarian dinner, we are making taco pockets. This is going to be so good, you'll never know that it is vegetarian. It is filled with all of the flavors of tacos without the meat. So let me show you what is in tonight's dinner. First, you're going to need some minced garlic, taco seasoning. The recipe calls for black beans, but I'm going to use this tri-bean blend. You could really use whatever beans you want to use. Salsa. Light shredded cheese. I'm going to be doing the Trader Joe's light Mexican blend. The recipe calls for cauliflower and sweet potato rice. I could not find that, so I just did the cauliflower medley that has the carrots and the peas in it. You'll also need an egg, some fat-free or light cream cheese, and lastly, pie crusts. So let's get started on tonight's vegetarian dinner. The first thing you're going to do is grab a pan, spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. To that, we are going to add quite a large scoop of our minced garlic, and we're also going to add in our taco seasoning. The recipe just calls for a couple of tablespoons, so go ahead and do it to your liking. We're going to give this just kind of a quick mix together, and we're just going to let that get nice and warm and fragrant. As your garlic and taco seasoning start to become fragrant, we're going to go ahead and add in our beans. I did rinse these beans just directly in the can. And then we're also going to add in our riced veggies. And we're going to give that a big stir until everything is nice and combined. And then we're going to give this some time just to warm through. So you want to cook it for about 5 to 8 minutes. While our cauliflower rice and bean and taco seasoning mixture is cooking down, I went ahead and added 4 ounces of my softened cream cheese to a large bowl because we are eventually going to be putting that cauliflower mixture in with our cream cheese. We also need about 3 tablespoons of salsa, and we're going to kind of mix that a little bit in with the cream cheese as we go. The cream cheese will continue to soften as it sits out as well. And then we're going to add 4 ounces, which is exactly what is in this bag, of our light shredded cheese. Mix that up, and then we are going to just set this aside until our cauliflower rice mixture is nice and cooked through. Once your mixture is nice and warmed through, we're going to go ahead and add that directly here to our cheese, salsa, and cream cheese mixture. The warmth from our cauliflower rice mix is going to melt that cream cheese and make this a creamy, yummy, delicious filling for our taco pockets. So we're just going to give this a nice stir. Look at that. Oh, yum. The cream cheese is melting nicely, and then we'll be ready to get our dough put together for our taco pockets. So for our pie crust, you're going to go ahead and line a sheet pan with some parchment paper, and then we're going to roll our pie crust out onto our parchment paper. And we're going to cut this into circles, which is what is going to form our taco pockets. And the best thing, you guys, is a glass. Just use a glass to cut your circles. So it doesn't matter how many I get out of here necessarily, but this makes the perfect circular shape for the taco pockets. So you're just going to go around and cut out all of your circles, and then we'll be ready to fill these with that deliciousness. I ended up with a little bit of pie dough left, but there are 8 circles ready to be filled. So give your mix another just quick stir to make sure your cream cheese is nice and melted. And then you are going to put a very small amount of the filling inside your pie crust because we are going to want to roll this over. And it says, don't worry if your filling kind of squishes out. and you are going to take a fork. So that was probably a little too much filling. You're just gonna take a fork and kind of crimp the edges. I was originally only going to do 1 pie crust, and then I was considering 2, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the 1 pie crust. So then you're just gonna put your cute little taco pockets aside. So lesson learned, not as much filling. So we are gonna have quite a bit of filling left. The original recipe wanted you to double and use both pie crusts. I just decided not to do that. So you certainly could if you have a bigger family and you need a few more taco pockets than this. But since it's just my husband and myself, I think this is gonna be perfectly fine for us. So we're just gonna get those nice and crimped and set aside. So I have my 8 taco pockets, and I just want to show you, there is so much filling left. You could half or quarter this recipe if you're only using 1 pie crust. So just heads up on that. I'm just going to put this in the fridge and use it as filling for tacos, but there is a ton left. Then you're going to crack your egg, and you're going to brush each of your little taco pockets here with the egg wash. So yeah, there's quite a lot of the mix left, and I could have easily done the other pie crust, but like I said, for us, I don't know that these would reheat as well unless you put them in the oven or in the air fryer. So I just wanted to make sure I did enough for us for tonight. And yeah, so that's basically the deal. Is there's lots of leftovers, but these taco pockets look really good. These are going in the oven at 450 degrees until they are cooked through and nice and crispy. So here are our taco pockets. They're nice and brown and crispy. So I'm gonna get these plated up with a vegetable, and I'll be back to show you dinner and give you the smart points. And here is dinner. So I decided to pair my taco pockets with some corn. So you can have 2 taco pockets for 6 smart points. You have to account for the dough, which is pretty hefty in points, and the cheese that is inside as well, and the cream cheese. So 2 taco pockets for 6 points, 0 for the corn. You could pair this with a little bit of guac, sour cream, salsa, non-fat Greek yogurt, whatever you prefer, but are a great vegetarian meal. You can't beat it. So this, my friends, is my 6th Smart Point dinner. Thank you for joining me on another vegetarian video in my WW series. These little taco pockets were absolutely delicious, delicious, delicious. That leftover filling can be put in a shell, and you can have a taco down the road for leftovers. Absolutely highly recommend this recipe. It was really, truly very, very good. And the smart points are pretty good considering you have actual buttery pie crust as part of your recipe. This particular recipe is linked down in the description box below. I also have several other vegetarian recipes on my channel, so make sure that you check those out. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. You definitely want to check out my recipe series. I have so many, hundreds of recipes on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please thumbs up this one. Really helps my channel out. And comment down below and let me know if you're going to try out this vegetarian recipe. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!